Hey guys, what's going on? It's another beautiful night in Vegas, and today I'm taking you to the steakhouse called Harlow in downtown Summerlin. Let's go and check it out. Downtown Summerlin is like a big outdoor mall. There are several shops, restaurants, and a lot of events happen here too. There's art festivals, car shows, and every Saturday there's a farmer's market here from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. I've been to the farmer's market a couple times, and it's fun to just walk around and see what everyone is selling. There's people selling fresh vegetables, fruits, homemade foods, and some arts and crafts too. Downtown Summerlin is located right across the street from Red Rock Casino. You could walk to Red Rock Casino from here if you really wanted to, but it is quite a long walk. There's lots of other good restaurants in this shopping center too. Recently, a new bagel shop opened up here called Bagel Nook that seems to be pretty popular, and they serve these unique bagels with all kinds of crazy toppings on them. They're getting ready for a spooktacular Halloween with all these Halloween decorations being put up. Harlow Steakhouse is located on the very northeast side of this plaza. This is a fairly new restaurant. They've only been open for about a year now. They're open Sunday through Thursday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 4:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Walking inside Harlow is quite dark, but there's a lot of natural light from the windows. But it gets even darker once the sun goes down. The glass chandelier above gives off a really classy vibe, and all the leaves and trees everywhere gives it a natural and organic feel too. Here's a look at their menu. I wanted to get some soup, but they didn't have any soup on the menu unfortunately. I think they switch up the menu occasionally, because I was looking at an old menu online that did have soup on there. But today, no soup for me. They also offer a caviar service paired with that fancy Louis XIII cognac. Everything here seems to be on the pricey side of things, and even more expensive than some steakhouses on the strip. This Bam Bam steak is very tempting, but it's a bit out of my budget. Maybe if I hit a large jackpot at the casino one day, I'll order this Bam Bam steak. And here's some of their wines and beverages. They have a massive wine list too that's over 100 pages long, but that was way too much for me to film. Seems like this says there's a $40 fee if you decide to bring your own wine. For my drink, I ordered the Marisol mocktail for 13 bucks. The glass looks half empty, but there's actually a clear liquid on top of it. But they still filled it up with a lot of ice though. This drink contains Lyre's Amaretto, which is an alcohol-free version of amaretto liqueur. And there's strawberry, vanilla, pineapple, and lemon juices. The Amaretto gives it a cherry flavor to it. It really kinda tasted like a cherry limeade. It was a pretty sweet and tart drink. Every meal comes with complimentary bread. This was a really soft, moist, and slightly sweet white loaf of bread. It came out warm, fresh out of the oven, and was super fluffy. I always love a lot of butter on my bread. For an appetizer, we got the Swiss chard caramelle pasta for 28 bucks. It comes with wild mushrooms, pickled rainbow chard, and brown butter walnuts. And the pasta is cut into this ribbon candy-like shape with filling inside of it. I'm not sure what the filling inside was exactly. It was a green liquid, perhaps just a pulverized Swiss chard. This was a really good pasta dish, which isn't surprising since the owner of this restaurant also owns La Strega, an Italian restaurant that serves amazing pastas as well. And I actually made a video of La Strega a while back. This was probably my favorite dish of the evening, actually. It was like a symphony of flavors dancing around in my mouth. You get the nice nutty flavor and crunchiness from the almonds, the savory mushrooms, the tangy and slightly sweet pickled Swiss chard, all creating a wonderful combination. After that appetizer, it didn't take too long for our main entrees to arrive. For our first side, we got the crispy cannellini for 15 bucks. It comes with a peri-peri aioli drizzled on top, and it's fried up with a chili crunch batter. Peri-peri is a sauce that's made from African chili peppers. These peppers are extremely spicy and can pack quite a punch. And this collini vegetable is like a mix between a broccolini and a cauliflower. This was crispy, savory, and the sauce was really quite spicy and tangy. And the heat stays on your tongue for a while. And for our other side, we got the baked potato for 15 bucks. It comes with some crispy onion rings on top, a cheddar fondue, broccolini butter, and fried diced pieces of guanciale, which is similar to bacon, but it's more fatty and comes from the pork jowl. This tasted pretty good, and the potato was nice and fluffy. For our first entree, we got the Frito Misto for 85 bucks. This dish contains a whole fried Idaho trout on the bottom with all kinds of fried seafood goodies on top. And it comes with a citrus ginger vinaigrette on the side. It's like digging for treasure, you don't know what you're gonna find in there. Everything was lightly battered and fried and had a light crispiness to it. I think there was fried scallops, calamari, and even lobster. And it looks like they even have a little fried baby octopus too. All the seafood tasted fresh and sweet. The only thing I didn't like was the fish on the bottom still had all the bones in it, so each bite I took I was picking out bones out of my mouth. I wasn't expecting any bones, but I guess when trout is served whole like this, they don't debone it, and there's a lot of little bones, so be careful about that. And for our other entree, we got the 16-ounce Wagyu New York strip for 96 bucks. It was extremely charred on the outside with a darkened crust. But it was a little bit too charred, to be quite honest. It had a bit of a bitter, burnt taste to it that was a little bit unpleasant. I ordered the steak mid-rare, and the inside seemed to be cooked nicely at least. And it was really tender too. And it just comes with a couple roasted veggies on the side here for garnish. The steak wasn't too terrible, but it was hard to get over the bitterness of the overly charred outside crust. I've never had a steak that was this charred before, and I was kind of surprised they even served this to me, because just looking at it you can see that it's completely black. The funny thing is, I ate at the new Jack Binion Steakhouse at the Bally's Casino a few months ago, and I had the exact opposite experience there. They served me a steak that was completely raw in the middle. And finally, it's time for dessert. Dessert is always my favorite part of the meal, and we can end on a better note after eating that steak. Here's a look at their dessert menu. For dessert, we got the Banana Foster's Creme Brulee for 14 bucks. This is one of the fanciest creme brulees I've ever seen. It comes with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top, with a bed of Banana Fosters and a dark caramelized rum sauce. And some crispy coconut crumbles on the side. And we got that creamy, custardy creme brulee in the middle of it all. This was a really sweet, rich, and decadent dessert. Overall, this place is pretty fancy and classy, but expensive. It might be a good spot for a date night. The food was decent, but my steak was a bit burnt, and I should have just sent it back, especially for how much it cost, but I don't really like complaining, and I just went ahead and ate it all. The service was okay, but I expected better for the price we were paying. When we first sat down, we weren't given any menus, and had to wait a while for someone to bring menus over. I'm not sure if that's how they operate, or if the hostess just forgot to give us menus at the beginning. There was a ton of staff just standing around not doing anything. It seemed like there was more staff than customers at the beginning. And yet, it still took a while for the server to come around to get our drink orders and bread in. But after that, the service got better. The Swiss chard caramelle pasta was the best thing that I ate here, and I would come back just to eat that. After dinner, we had to walk around a bit to help the food digest, and it was perfect timing because on the weekends in October, there's a Halloween parade at night. And we got out just in time to catch the parade. If you decide to go to the parade, I suggest going early to secure a good spot, but we did end up waiting a while for the parade to start, and the parade only lasted for like 20 minutes. But a lot of the costumes and designs were pretty cool to see. It might be a nice way to spend time with your family or kids too. And there are a lot of people dressed up in costumes for it. The last shows are this Friday the 28th and Saturday the 29th, and it starts around 7 p.m. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our video. If you want more Vegas videos, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. Tell us what your favorite steakhouse is in Las Vegas.